Okay. So if you remember in your school when you have studied the integration, so at that time, actually, suppose in the Cartesian coordinate system, right? This is xy axis, and suppose you are given a curve like this one, and you want to find out area under this curve. Suppose the initial point is A and the end point is B. And if you want to find out the area under this curve, then what you have done actually, first of all, you have taken the partition initial point x0, x1, x2, and so on, xn, that is B, means this point is x0, this point is xn, likewise this is x1, x2, and so on. Somewhere over here this is xn minus 1 and so on. So likewise you have considered the partition. After this partition, actually you have considered the, suppose if I consider the corresponding partition as this one, x2, x3, and then the last point xn if I choose. Now in this partition, let me consider the lowest value of the f of x, function f of x. So you can see that this is the lowest value and this is the highest value of the function if I talk about the first subinterval x0 to x1. This is second subinterval x1 to x2. The third one is x2 to x3, and this is the last one x0 to xn. In that case, first of all, the lowest value, if I consider, this is the point f of x0, and let me consider this corresponding rectangle. So each time area under the curve will be approximated by the corresponding rectangle. So when we consider the second one, it will be this one, third one will be this one, and the last one will be this one. And we will consider first area of this rectangle. Why? Because at the initial point when integration is not invented, at that time if you want to find out the area under the random curve, means random arc length is given, and at that time arc is given, and at that time you want to find out the corresponding area, that is not known the formula. Known structures are circle, rectangles, triangles, like that only. So we will use rectangles to approximate the corresponding area of the area under the curve. So first rectangle area will be given by length into the breadth. This is the length, that is 0 to f of x0, and breadth is given by this step size, that is x1 minus x0, right? If I denote this as delta x, that is x1 minus x0. Similarly, second step, if I consider this as step size as delta x, all these are with the length delta x. So each time breadth of the rectangle will be given by delta x, and corresponding length is given by, for the first case it is f of x0 into delta x. For the second case, this one will be the lowest value, so it is nothing but f of x into delta x, and so on. So if they are not same, this length is not same, at that time it will be denoted with delta x1. Suppose x1 means x1 minus x0. Delta x2 means it is x2 minus x1. Likewise. So now delta xi means all the length of this rectangles and corresponding function value. So suppose this is xi, f of xi is the corresponding function value. So when I consider the product of function value and the length of the subinterval, so this is nothing but area of one of the subinterval rectangle. So right, this is area of the rectangle, one of the rectangle actually. So when I summed up all this rectangle, so you can see that summed up all areas of this rectangle, so you can see that area under the curve will be approximated, right? Actually this is the error part. If you see this one, these are the part which we have not taken into the consideration. So this is the error part. To minimize this error, what we'll do, again you can see that D2D students, please इसको carefully देखना. Suppose I further partition this interval into the two parts. मीन्स पहला जो सब इंटरवल है उसको हम वापस सब इंटरवल में डिवाइड करते हैं. In that case, the corresponding area will be, first rectangle will be this one, whereas for the second one, now this part is included. That means area, if you consider error part, if you consider, it is this one, means it is minimized. Similarly, further if I consider the partition of this rectangle, you can see that now area will be further minimized. So as we increase the number of partitions, we will get the better and better approximation for the area under the curve. Means to increase the number of partitions means I can add limit n tending to infinity, where this n is nothing but the number of partition, and at that time it will be exactly same as integration of f of x for the interval a to b. This is what you have studied up to now whenever function we are given a continuous function, and that is called the Riemann integral. This entire concept is developed by the mathematician Riemann, hence it is called the Riemann integration, right? So that is what the integration when you are given a function which is to be continuous. Now our question is, when we are not given a continuous function, or just we are given the data points or a discrete data, at that time how to find out the area under the curve. That is what we are going to see, and that is called the numerical integration, right? So for that, the first one is the rectangle method. One by one we will increase the number of points, and further we will see the error will be further and further minimized for this numerical integration. Okay, so let me consider the first concept, rectangle method. So here you can see that suppose we are given one point, that is A, another point we are given B, and corresponding y value, that means this point will be B f of B and this point will be A f of A. Just we are given these 2 points, nothing else we are given. We are not given this curve that I have written, that I have drawn actually, to see how that area will be approximated, right? So what is this rectangle method? That is what we have seen in the initial stage, that you consider corresponding lowest value of the function and corresponding function value. So this is what the rectangle, and area under the curve will be approximated by this rectangle, right? So in that case, integration a to b f of x dx is approximated by, I will use the symbol approximated because you can see that there is a large number of lake of area part over here, right? So that's why it is approximated, and that is approximated as area of the rectangle. And what is area of this rectangle? So here this point is f of a, so y value is 0 to f of a minus 0, so f of a, that is height, and this is breadth, that is length of the interval b minus a, so it is given by f of a into b minus a. So you can see that since we have used the rectangle to approximate the area under the curve, that's why this is called the rectangle method. Only one interval we have considered, right? So this is rectangle method, where this is the error part. Which one? You can see that it is a major part actually, that we cannot avoid. So instead of one interval, what we'll do, we will consider the number of partitions now. Number of partitions means जो हमने continuous में किया है वही हम करेंगे, right? x1, up to xn minus 1. So for the each subinterval, we will consider the corresponding area. But now what we'll do, we will consider length of this subintervals as h, that is fixed quantity. That means x1 minus x0 is with the same length h. x1, x2 minus x1, if I consider, that is also with the same length. xn minus 1, that is also with the same length. Actually, we have divided the entire length of the subinterval, that is b minus a, into the n number of partitions, and this is nothing but your h, step size h. Okay, तो ये आपका step size हो जाएगा whenever you consider how many number of partitions that will be in the denominator. So in that case, we will consider the first subinterval x0 to x1, that is this one, and corresponding rectangle, that means this one. So what will be the area of this first rectangle? What is area of this first rectangle? I have drawn it with the yellow color. What is the shaded area of the portion rectangle with the yellow color?
Ma'am, f of h into h.
Sorry?
F of h into h.
F of a into h means this is the ये जो length लिया हुआ है breadth x1 minus x0, that is h, and height of this rectangle is f of a. F of a is nothing but, in our case, it is x0, right? Similarly, if I consider the second subinterval x1 to x2 f of x dx, that means in our case it will be this line, and therefore the minimum value, this one will be corresponding function value at x1, that is f of x1, and now shaded part will be this one. And what will be the area of this rectangle again?
f of x1 into h.
Yes, f of x1 into h. Similarly, x2 to x3 f of x dx, if I consider, then it is h into f of x2. That means in our case, suppose this is x3, then it is represented by this rectangle. Likewise, when we consider the last one, it will be this one. So that is xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx will be approximated as h f of xn minus 1. So now area under the curve from a to b interval is same as sum of all the areas of these rectangles. That means sum of all these quantities, first one, second one, and so on. So this is integral a to b f of x dx is same as x0 to xn. This is a, this is our b, f of x dx, which is same as x0 to x1 plus x1 to x2 plus up to plus xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx. This is from the integration property. a to b अगर आपके पास इंटरवल है, c कोई इंटरमीडिएट पॉइंट है, then integral of a to b is same as integral of a to c plus integral of c to b. This is for d2d students is equal to, तो x0 to x1 के लिए हमने first evaluate किया, it is h into f of x0, right? So let us substitute h into f of x0 plus next one, of course I have to use the symbol approximate, then x1 to x2 it is h f of x1, तो h f of x1 plus next quantity is h f of x2 plus up to plus for the last one we have seen it over here h f of xn minus 1. So this is nothing but h we can consider common x0 f of x1 plus up to plus f of xn minus 1, and that is called the composite rectangle rule. क्यों? क्योंकि we have taken the composition of all these rectangles for the entire interval a to b. तो rectangle rule हमने apply किया for each sub intervals, so that's why it is called the composite rectangle rule. And you can see that by composition the further error part is minimized. See, for the first case, when we have considered the rectangle rule, the red shaded portion was the area, whereas by considering the composition part, that you can see now error part is, this is the error part for the first case, second case, third case, and for the last case. Means as we increase the number of partitions, more and more approximation you will get. So is this clear to everyone? What is the rectangle, composite rectangle rule? Please raise your hand. If it is clear, please raise your hand. Yes, fine. Okay. Okay. So further, if we want to minimize this error portion, ये एरर पोर्शन में अगर आप देखोगे कि फर्दर हमें अप्रोक्सीमेशन ज़्यादा चाहिए, डिस्क्रीट डेटा है, आप n नंबर ऑफ डिस्क्रीट डेटा से आगे तो जा नहीं सकते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू कैन, इफ यू हैव अ सॉफ्टवेयर, मैथमेटिकल सॉफ्टवेयर, you can go for the computation with the 100 number or 1000 number like that, but you cannot go as you did it for the analytical data, that limit n tending to infinity तो नहीं ले सकते. तो उस केस में we can modify our method. In which sense we can modify? So for that let us consider, यहाँ पर जो रेक्टेंगल लिया था ना, उसके जगह सपोज ये दोनों एंड पॉइंट्स को हम लोग ज्वाइन करें. इट इज नॉट विजिबल, लेट मी यूज द अनदर कलर. Yeah, if we join this point, these 2 points means straight line, if we consider, then further you can see that error will be minimized. Here also if I join these 2 points, error will be minimized. Similarly here, error will be minimized. So let me consider first the, suppose this function we have chosen, endpoint is, endpoints are a and b. First we have considered approximation of it with the rectangle. Instead of this rectangle, if I join these 2 points via straight line, this one, right? In the previous case, when we have considered the rectangle, this one was the error part. Whereas when we consider the corresponding straight line, तो एक ये एरिया जो है वो बच जाएगा विच इज नॉट इवेल्युएटेड, और ये एरिया जो है दैट इज एडिशन टू अवर फॉर्मूला. मीन्स ये नहीं चाहिए फिर भी आ गया है, और ये एरिया जो है तो दैट यू कैन सी इट इज नलिफाई, एक्चुअली नलिफाई. Approximately you will get the answer. So how to find out the corresponding area? Means area under the curve is approximated by, let me write, integration a to b f of x dx is approximated as area of rectangle, that is this portion, plus area of the triangle. कौन सा triangle? That is this triangle. दोनों का एरिया आपको पता है, ट्राइंगल का एरिया कैसे फाइंड आउट करना है, रेक्टेंगल का एरिया भी कैसे फाइंड आउट करना है. एंड द स्ट्रक्चर वी हैव कंसीडर्ड, दिस इज कॉल्ड द ट्रेपेजॉइड. दिस इज कॉल्ड द ट्रेपेजॉइड, राइट? सो लेट अस इवैल्यूएट फर्स्ट एरिया. तो एरिया ऑफ द रेक्टेंगल वी हैव already considered that it is f of a into b minus a, plus what will be the area of this triangle? This is the corresponding, yes, anyone can answer, then it will be good. F of b, this one is corresponding value
b
f
minus
of
a into f of b minus f of a.
आगे कुछ आएगा? 1/2 आएगा?
1/2.
Yes.
Yes,
1/2. Yes, 1/2. Gujarati medium students, you can say that 1/2 pio gunia weight, right? So this is the base and this is the corresponding. Yeah. So now when we simplify this one, we can consider b minus a common. So the left quantity is f of a from this factor plus 1/2 f of b minus 1/2 f of a. So when we simplify this, b minus a by 2 I have considered as LCM and common to outside of this bracket. So twice f of a plus f of b minus f of a. So simplification will be f of a plus f of b. So this is nothing but integral a to b f of x dx is approximated as with the trapezoid b minus a by 2 f of a plus f of b. So this is called trapezoidal rule. The first one was the rectangle rule. Further, when we have approximated this with the straight line adjoining endpoints, then it is called the trapezoidal rule, and you can see that further error part is minimized. So what we'll do, again we will consider the partitions x0, x1, x2 and so on. The last one is xn. In that case ये लोगे आप, फिर एंड पॉइंट्स ज्वाइन करोगे तो ये रेक्टेंगल हो जाएगा. यू कैन सी दैट फर्दर एरर पार्ट इज मिनिमाइज्ड. व्हाट वाज sorry this is the curve. The purple color line is the curve. When we consider the second partition and when we join, so this error portion will be minimized again when we consider x3, the number of partition, third number of partition, and joined end to end. So this is further minimized, and the last xn minus 1 point if we consider and joined end to end, so you can see that error portion is minimized. Sorry, this is this here it is the curve. Sorry ये रेक्टेंगल नहीं आएगा एक्चुअली यहाँ पर. ये आपका कर्व का लाइन है. दिस इज द लाइन. तो इन अवर केस this and corresponding line joining will be this one. So this one will be the rectangle. Means in each case the curve is actually quadratic type, whereas we are approximating each rectangles with the straight line by joining endpoints, right? So let us now evaluate what will be the composite trapezoidal rule. So composite trapezoidal rule, yes.
मैम ये जो आप ग्राफ ड्रॉ कर रहे हो मैम, स्क्रीन बहुत लैग कर रहा है, पता नहीं चल रहा.
ग्राफ में हम लोग ट्रेपेजॉइड ले रहे हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ रेक्टेंगल्स नाउ. मीन्स आप चाहते हो मैं फिगर वापस ड्रॉ करूं?
यानी मैम थोड़ा आराम से, क्योंकि मैम स्क्रीन बहुत लैग हो रहा है इसलिए।
Okay, fine. Just wait. ये फंक्शन है यहाँ पर, this is f of a, this is a. We are going to consider the partitions. This is your x0, this is x1, x2, last is b, that is xn, second last point is xn minus 1. So first case this one, second case, third case, last case. So instead of curve, actually in trapezoidal rule we are approximating this with the straight line. ये जो curve है वो actually white line से जा रहा है and we are approximating it with the yellow line, straight line. Then for this case it is this straight line and last case में आप जाएंगे तो it is this straight line. तो हर बार आप देख सकते हो ये रेक्टेंगल और ट्राइंगल, रेक्टेंगल प्लस ट्राइंगल, रेक्टेंगल प्लस ट्राइंगल. So that's why this is called the trapezium. Actually the structure is called trapezium, and hence when we composite all this, it is called the composite trapezoidal rule. So let us first evaluate the trapezoidal rule for the first subinterval x0 to x1 f of x dx. So from this formula itself you can say what will be the corresponding approximation. A और B की जगह आपको x0 और x1 रखना है, तो it will be x1 minus x0 by 2 f of A. F of A is nothing but here f of x0 and B is f of x1. Further, if I now fix the subinterval length as h, then x1 minus x0 is nothing but h. So this is h by 2 f of x0 plus f of x1. Similarly, when I consider the second subinterval, that is x1 to x2, f of x dx, then it is approximated as, what will be the corresponding formula? You tell me. What it will be?
Ma'am, h by 2 into f of x1 plus f of x2.
F of x1 plus f of x2. Similarly, जब आप थर्ड इंटरवल ले लोगे x2 to x3, f of x dx will be approximated as h by 2 f of x2 plus f of x3. Or last one, xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx, then it is h by 2 f of xn minus 1 plus f of xn. So you can see that integral a to b is same as integration of x0 to x1 plus integration of x1 to x2 plus up to plus integration xn minus 1 to xn. Means we have to consider sum of all these by considering the composite of trapeziums. So in that case, integral a to b f of x dx is same as x0 to xn, that is our endpoints, and that is same as x0 to x1 plus x1 to x2 plus up to plus xn minus 1 to xn f of x dx, right? In that case, let us substitute all these values we have obtained. Means for the first case it is h by 2 f of x0 plus x1, for the second case h by 2 f of x1 plus x2 and so on. So when we substitute all these values, f of x0 plus f of x1. Second interval h by 2 f of x1 plus f of x2. Third interval h by 2 f of x2 plus f of x3 plus up to plus h by 2 f of xn minus 1 plus f of xn. So if you observe, h by 2 is the common quantity, whereas except the endpoints, that is x0 and xn, all intermediate values, function values, occur twice. x1 is the intermediate value, occur twice. f of x2, f of x2, x3 जो है यहाँ पर x3 आएगा नेक्स्ट ब्रैकेट जब आप लिखोगे, xn माइनस 1 करस्पॉन्डिंग फंक्शन वैल्यू इसके प्रिसीडिंग ब्रैकेट में आपको एक बार मिलेगा. प्रिसीडिंग ब्रैकेट वुड बी h by 2 f of xn minus 2 plus f of xn minus 1. So you can see that xn minus 1 function value is also repeated twice. Means f of x0 plus f of xn, the endpoint function value occurred just once in the formula, whereas all other intermediate values occurred twice. So that I can write it as this one. Means this is nothing but h by 2, this is f of a, f of b plus twice that is, if I denote capital X as sum of extreme values plus twice other remaining values, means आपको जब भी फंक्शन दिया हुआ होगा discrete data x0 y0, I have considered it initially, means what you will do, x0 x1 xn ऐसे डेटा दिए हुए होंगे, उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग फंक्शन वैल्यू दैट इज y0 y1 y2 yn दिए हुए होंगे. तो क्या करना है आपको, फंक्शन वैल्यू इनिशियल वैल्यूज दैट इज y0 yn, दैट इज सम ऑफ एक्सट्रीम वैल्यू प्लस ट्वाइस सम ऑफ रिमेनिंग वैल्यू मीन्स यहाँ पर जो इंटरमीडिएट वैल्यूज आपको मिलेंगे उनके सम. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दी टेबल क्वांटिटी, ये आपको दिया हुआ है, तो फॉर्मूला में क्या करोगे, h by 2 स्टेप साइज यू कैन डिसाइड फ्रॉम द डेटा, y0 plus yn plus twice other sum of the intermediate value, that is 2r remaining values. So this is called the composite trapezoidal rule. Means we are approximating area under the curve via considering areas of the trapezoids, and that's why it is called trapezoidal rule. Is this clear to everyone? पहले हाथ नीचे करिए सब के सब. 34 स्टूडेंट्स ने हाथ ऊपर ही रखे हैं क्या? And now if you are clear about this, then please raise your hand. Fine. Okay. So ये हो गई बात कि जब हम ट्रेपेजॉइड्स लेते हैं तो फर्दर for the trapezoidal case also you can see that this is the quantity which we have to include but we can't, right, due to the limitations of this method. So further, if these subintervals are approximated with the quadratic equation instead of this straight line, quadratic equation से अगर हम उसको approximate करेंगे तो we will get the better approximation. तो quadratic equation कैसे fit करना है, and in that case it is called the Simpson's rule. तो उस केस में जैसे यहाँ पर we know the formula to find out area of the rectangle as well as the triangle, that is finally we have an area of trapezoid. But when we consider the approximation of a curve with the quadratic case, means you will have the case for the subinterval, ये actually rectangle हुआ, when you have approximated it will be this trapezium, but actually this is the case. And when you consider this one, now you don't know how to find out the area of this one. So for that, what we'll do, we will actually approximate f of x with the interpolation formula. Means suppose you are given n plus 1 discrete data for the function, you will approximate it with the nth degree polynomial interpolation formula. Then integration of f of x is same as integration of Pnx for the same case when you have approximated function by a polynomial, right? So now here we are going to consider the Newton's forward interpolation formula to find out the corresponding curve is approximated with the quadratic polynomial, what will be the corresponding formula. क्योंकि अब ट्रेपेजॉइडल के बाद जो भी हम कर्व से अप्रोक्सीमेट करेंगे स्ट्रक्चर से, तो उसका एरिया हम इजीली नहीं फाइंड आउट कर सकते, तो बेटर है कि वी विल गो फॉर द एनालिटिक पोर्शन, थियोरी पोर्शन, और उससे हम अप्रोक्सीमेट करेंगे, राइट? तो लेट अस कंसीडर नाउ Newton's forward interpolation formula to approximate. So suppose now you are given n plus 1 data where x0 up to xn value and corresponding y0, y1, y2 and yn values are given. Nothing else you are given. And in that case, you are asked to find out integration of f of x for the interval a to b. What we have to do. That is what our main target is, right? You can use rectangle rule, trapezoidal rule, but we have seen that there will be some error part. To minimize that error, we will consider now the general quadrature formula. So what is this quadrature formula? So for that, I have to first consider the Newton's forward interpolation formula. So in that case, x0, that is the initial point, x1, that is nothing but x0 plus h, x2, that is nothing but x0 plus 2h. In general, xn is x0 plus nh. This we have already considered, right? In that case, suppose if I consider u as x minus x0 upon h, it may be possible that if you refer our notes, we have chosen r as this quantity. R is nothing but x minus x0 upon h, okay? So instead of r, I am considering right now, this is in the denominator, it is h. Instead of r, I am considering right now u as the quantity. So what is the formula for the Newton's forward interpolation formula? Please tell me. थर्सडे एग्जाम है, उसी का मैं पूछ रही हूँ अभी.
फॉरवर्ड का
हाँ, फॉरवर्ड.
y0 plus r delta y0 plus
r की जगह we are using right now u. तो delta
u
y0 u minus 1 upon 2 factorial delta 2y0 plus third quantity will be minus 2 upon 3 factorial delta 3y0 plus up to plus. तो इसको इंटीग्रेट करना, a to b f of x dx is same as to integrate a is x0, b is xn, right, in our notations. So this is Pn x dx, that is same as x0, xn is what? Xn I have just written, it is x0 plus nh. So x0 plus nh, let us substitute the value of Pnx, that is y0 plus u delta y0 plus u square minus u upon 2 factorial is 2 delta 2 y0 plus what this one will be, simplification of this I am writing u into u square minus 3u plus 2, right? u और इन दोनों ब्रैकेट का मल्टीप्लिकेशन किया है तो फर्दर मल्टीप्लिकेशन विल गिव यू u cube plus 3u square plus, sorry, this is with the negative sign, plus 2u upon 3 factorial delta 3 y0 plus up to plus dx, right? तो इंटीग्रांड जो है वो आपका u में है and you have to consider the integration with respect to x. That means you have to consider the transformation. Transformation में already we know, right? What is u actually? U is nothing but x minus x0 upon h. Just now I have written. This is what this one, right? So what you can say implies x is equal to क्या हो जाएगा? x0 plus uh हो जाएगा तो implies what will be dx will become x0 is a constant quantity तो उसका derivative 0 हो जाएगा, h is a step size which remains constant तो derivative is given by h du. Let us now talk about the integral limits. So when x is x0 so what will be u become x0 so this is 0 तो u is 0 इसमें substitute करना है D2D students. इंटीग्रल लिमिट्स के लिए यू हैव टू सब्स्टिट्यूट x इज इक्वल टू x0 तो x0 गेट्स कैंसल सो u इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड व्हेन x इज x0 प्लस nh तो x0 प्लस nh तो x0 दोनों साइड से चला जाएगा uh इज इक्वल टू nh implies u is equal to n. तो what this actually integral will become so I will write integral a to b f of x dx will be approximated as, now I will write the integrand in terms of u that means 0 to n y0 plus delta y0 into u plus delta 2 y0 and y0 by 2 u square minus u plus delta 3 y0 3 factorial is 6 तो u cube minus 3u square minus 2u plus 2u plus up to plus and dx we have evaluated it is h du so this is h du, right? So now h will be independent of u variable so outside of the integration and now we will consider the integration with respect to u. So what it will be y0 you can see that y0 y1 y2 and so on all these quantities are constant hence y0 delta y0 delta 2 y0 and so on all these quantities will also be the constant one so your integral will be u y0 plus delta y0 constant and u integration u square by 2 plus delta 2 y0 upon 2 as it is u cube by 3 minus u integration is u square by 2 plus delta 3 y0 by 6 4 upon u cube by 3 plus 2 u square by 2 plus up to plus or this is 0 to n. So you can see that when we substitute u is equal to n, we will have first this infinite quantities minus when we consider u is equal to 0, all these terms will be 0 and hence cancelled out. So let us substitute u is equal to n in this case. So n y0 plus delta y0 n square by 2 plus delta 2 y0 by 2 n cube by 3 minus n square by 2 plus delta 3 y0 upon 6 n raised to 4 upon 4, 3 gets cancelled, so n cube, 2 gets cancelled, so it is n square plus up to plus. This is called the numerical quadrature formula, from which you can derive rectangle rule by considering n is equal to 0. N is equal to 1 when you consider, you can derive the trapezoidal rule. When you consider n is equal to 2, that means n is equal to 2 means here, when we have considered n plus 1 data, where I have written it, just let me know. Here, f of x के पास अगर आपके पास n plus 1 data है, तो your polynomial will be in terms of nth degree. So when I consider n is equal to 2 means function will be approximated by quadratic polynomial. In that case, you will have Simpson's rule. N is equal to 3, Simpson's 3/8 rule. From this one, you will get 1/3 rule. From this one, you will get trapezoidal rule. From n is equal to 3, you will get Simpson's 3/8 rule. So now we have a formula from the interpolation from which we can derive the numerical integration formula as well. So this is how you can see the application of interpolation here as well. Just we have considered forward interpolation formula. Likewise, backward interpolation formula or divided difference formula also can be used. So, but for the Newton's quadrature formula, Newton's forward interpolation formula is used. And tomorrow we will see how to derive the trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule from this numerical general quadrature formula. Is this clear to everyone? Please raise your hand. Okay, good. Fine. So tomorrow we will consider the further numerical integration formula and examples also we will see tomorrow. Okay, I have already mailed the instructions regarding unit test. If you have any doubt, you can ask me right now or tomorrow after reading all those instructions carefully, right? So right now, if you don't have a doubt, you can leave this meeting.